here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today we are going ahead and doing a little bit of a big speed build video, and it is a renovation speed build. So I've just gone ahead and done this really quick little snazzy speed little vision of the house. What would you call this? A time lapse, if you will. A time lapse of the house. And the purpose of this is just to set the scene, introduce it to you guys. This is the house post-renovation, but I just want to go ahead and tease the exterior to you guys a little bit. And introduce the family, of course. So the Goth family went ahead and called me and several other simmers up on the Twitter phone, and they asked us to renovate their house. They need their house to be renovated because it's just really outdated and old, and you know, the Sims team did them a little bit dirty, so they called up several other simmers and said, hey, we want you guys to renovate our house and go ahead and have a competition, have a renovation battle, if you will, and see who can create the best renovated house of the original Goth residence. So we're about to go ahead and jump on into the spear build. I hope you liked that little time lapse, but basically I'm going to go ahead and quickly run over the rules that were presented to me for this challenge. So the start was a little bit of a lie. It wasn't actually, you know, Bella Goth herself. She didn't actually get in contact with me, but I did get a little bit of a message on Twitter. In my DMs, Havana Sims messaged me asking me if I would like to be a part of the renovation challenge, and I said of course I would. So we went ahead and have a little group chat. I'm not going to go through everything in there because we talk a lot, but basically me and several other simmers have gone ahead and all created a build for this challenge, and you guys are going to get to vote on it. So we have the Goth residence renovation, and it looks like there are 17 other simmers doing it. So we've gone ahead and got Havana. I don't think she's actually doing Havana Sims. I don't think she's doing the renovation herself. I think she's more of the judge, like conductor of the renovation. So maybe she has been called up by the Goths. They contacted her and said, honey, we need our house redone. Can you get your finest simmers on it to fix our house? And now she's getting us all to compete, and then the final design is going to be what the Goths go with, you know, making up a little story here. So we've got Havana Sims, we've got Kerry Plays, Jessica Pie, Key Red, Melanin Sims 2000, who I think actually isn't taking part in the challenge. I think I remember in the group chat she said she wasn't able to participate, but she's still been chatting in the group chat at the very least. If not, I might be getting confused. Sharigon, Hip Hip Renee, B Ray Sunny, Bubbly Zen, Sama Sugar, Maple Simmer, Hazy Simmer, Sim Aginative, Ashura Sims, myself, Alleged Simmer, and Hey Sweet Pea Sims. Sorry if I've mispronounced anyone's names. I just suck at usernames and reading things without spaces between them. I can't determine where one word starts and the other one ends, which is why I always do mine BreeSimulated with capital B, capital S, because otherwise I wouldn't know what my own name is. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of other simmers. The information will all be linked down below. Go ahead and check out the description box and check out their channels. And I think if you're looking for a playlist of all of the builds for the collab, they might eventually be up in a playlist on Havana's channel. I feel like that's something she usually does. I've seen before. So let me go ahead and pull on up the rules. I bet you're all dying to know, what are the rules? What are we doing? Goth renovation battle. The Goths have lived in the same depressing house for centuries. It's time to dust off the cobwebs and give this house a fresh look. Rules. You must keep the shape of the home, but you can add, remove, or change the windows, doors, fences, gates, landscaping, staircases, and columns. So I can assure you I did all of that. You can brighten up the home from the inside, but you have to keep their signature red throughout the house. The home must include a fireplace on the first floor, a library, and a third bedroom on the second floor. The room on the third floor can be changed to whatever you like as long as it is not a bedroom. And there were some pack restrictions, which you can probably see. I have my little tags enabled down the right hand corner of the catalog, and you're not allowed to use jungle adventure, vampires, my first pet, fitness stuff, kids room stuff, or Strangerville. And the deadline for it is today, but I think I'm in the other side of the world compared to literally everybody else in the challenge. So I think my video might be going up a little bit earlier than some people, unless they uploaded theirs earlier. When I'm recording this, it's currently the 8th, and this video is going to go up on the 13th, which is a Saturday for me, this Saturday, and it's the 8th today, which is Monday. So yeah, I think I've explained everything, I think. If you can hear any like clicking or weird noises that you don't usually hear while I'm recording with voiceovers, I have a new setup now. So this is the first video I'm filming since Strangerville. If you didn't know, why am I like stuttering over my words and not knowing how to talk? I haven't recorded my voice or a voiceover or like an LP or anything since I recorded the last part of Strangerville, I think, which is wild. But anyway, I regress. Is that the word, right? The right word? I regress. I was gonna say I digest. So it's definitely regress, right? I regress. Anyway, I haven't recorded anything in a long time. And since I last recorded, I've got an entirely new setup. And I asked you guys on Twitter if you would like to go ahead and see my new setup. And you guys said that you would. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a setup video once I'm done setting up my setup. But yeah, something I want to point out real quick about the build. I struggled with this roof for too long. In a minute, I like cut and go. Yeah, here we go. And I'm like cutting all over the place because I spent a good half an hour on this roof. I knew that a challenge for myself, it's not a part of the rules, but a challenge I personally wanted to set for myself was to redo the roof. And this is how I leave the roof. This is the final. And I think it looks a lot better than before and it's a pretty good effort. So if you have any negative comments about the roofing, don't say them because I will cry. I spent so long doing this roof. I kid you not. As you can see, I'm re-enabling my tags just a second ago. The reason why I'm re-enabling them is because I actually like saved quick, got out of the game, turned off my computer, and had to come back to the roof at a later date because I spent so much time on it. I just needed a break from it. So my game like restarted, so I had to re-enable the tags. That's how frustrated I was with the roof. But I knew I didn't want to leave it the little cop-out fence version that it was. Not that if anyone else does it, it's a cop-out, but I knew for myself that I hate it. That's always my cop-out, is if I can't be bothered roofing, I'll do a half wall or a fence, or just do like a flat roof or something like that. And I know that I need to challenge myself personally more to do more unique roof shapes aside from just like two rectangles or like a square and a rectangle. So I decided to do a bit of a combination of a balcony style with a taller, like medium-sized fence and then a smaller fence on the top and then some different roofs because I really just wanted to challenge myself. And I think it turned out pretty good. If you think it turned out good, please let me know. And if you don't like it, please don't say anything at all because I will be deeply offended. I spent way too much time on that roof. Like when I was editing, this video is 27 minutes long. Unless I edit it down after I film this voiceover, which is possible, but it's like over 25 minutes, right? My builds usually aren't this long. I usually try and keep them somewhere between like 15 minutes, 20 max. So this is quite a long build for me personally. I sped it up like 2 times faster than I usually would most builds. Well, my goodness, I almost just got motion sickness. I'm sorry if you did too. Okay. I sped it up a lot faster because it was just so long. I had to cut out so much. Like there's a lot of jumping and jetting around every now and then, but I tried to keep most of it pretty consistent because I know I hate it when the builds are like 5 seconds and then it stops and then another 2 seconds. Like I tried to keep it pretty smooth for the most part and just cut out the really boring bits. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy the build nonetheless. At the end, there will be some screenshots. So if you're not really into the building process and you just want to see how it turned out, go ahead and skip to like the last 2 or 3 minutes and you'll find that there. But we're going ahead and putting a pool in the backyard. I thought the backyard is so small. It's not big enough to be like a fun backyard where Alexander Goth, the little boy, can go and play. It's not big enough for that, but it's not like big enough for like a full-blown pool, like entertainment area. I thought the Goth seems like the kind of people who, if they had a party, it would be like a formal dining party. It would be in their house and they wouldn't be out the back having a barbecue, you know what I mean? So I wanted to create their backyard to be very posh and like sophisticated. So it's like, yes, we have a pool. Like, of course we do. And they have like a little fancy set of monkey bars for Alexander to go play on, so he's like satisfied. But they have the pool back there because they're just like rich and fancy, and they just have this fancy little lap pool. Like, we are fit and we swim laps in our swimming pool with our speed caps on, and we wear goggles. Like they don't swim in this pool for fun, but like I'm sure the kids do occasionally. It's mostly just for like the fact that they have a pool, right? So yeah, I tried to do a good mix of really like fancy, modern-ish big windows and these little stained windows. I think they look really cool and really gothic. So I went ahead and did a good mixture of those. I hope that you guys enjoy that. And I just tried to really lighten up the inside with the wall coverings and the furnishing and the like doorways. I decided I did want to keep it mostly monochrome with red because I think that's just so classic goth. I will admit I probably could have lightened the house up a smidgen more. It probably still is a bit dark, but I think for the goths it is quite light. Like it's pretty light, bright and white for the goths. And I tried to incorporate a lot more green with plants because that's something they didn't really have a lot of before. And just in general, a lot more lights because they really didn't have many, or they had a lot of like candle style lights which give off the warm tone. So I tried to add in some more chandelier style lights because they have these massive walls but no lights. Like, are you for real? Anyway, yeah, I think I was talking about something earlier and then I got sidetracked. I think I was talking about how this is the first video I have filmed in a while, and that's why I'm kind of all over the place, just like how I am right now, talking about how I was already about to talk about this. But yeah, this is my first video filming since I filmed the last part of Strangerville. I played through Strangerville in about 3 days, I think. I don't remember when it came out. I think it came out on, I think I last played The Sims on the 6th of March, like March, April, yeah. I last played The Sims on the 6th of March, and that's when I filmed the last part of Strangerville, I'm pretty sure. And I didn't hop into game until the 6th of April. So I had a full month off of playing The Sims, but as you guys know, obviously my videos were still coming out every other day pretty much. So my videos were all pre-filmed, pre-edited, and pre-upload and scheduled. So I do that because university is like a time that's really short and stressful for me. So for instance, we start university in March and then we have 6 weeks and then 2 weeks off. So it's like you have 6 weeks, and if you're not fully invested in those 6 weeks, it's a really short period of time. So by the time you slowly get invested, it's time for a break. And so I knew from last year that this year I just needed to go ahead and be fully invested, fully into learning, and just get straight into it and do that. And I didn't even do it as strictly as I would have liked. I was still editing some of my pre-recorded videos the first week of university. And I did have some good excuses for that. Like I didn't have much to do for university anyway. Or like I needed a textbook to do my readings, but it hadn't came like in the order yet. So, I mean, yeah, I sort of did let myself have that week for YouTube as well, instead of it being fully dedicated to university. But basically the past month, like definitely from March through till right now, I have dedicated all of my time to university. And I'm definitely still on Twitter and Instagram, not Instagram as much, I'm going to be honest. I'm more logged into my personal Instagram, whereas Twitter I'm always logged into because I don't have a personal Twitter. So if you're ever looking to reach out to me or contact me, do it so on Twitter. And yeah, basically Twitter. That's where I upload like all my videos that I post. I tweet about it there most of the time. I'll tweet about anything I'm doing in my life and in the Sims world. So for the past month, I've been very much tweeting about my life because I've just been focused on university and not that much on The Sims. Honestly, I haven't been playing in my spare time, though that is kind of a lie. There was one weekend amongst that area, I think it might have been the second week I was at university, I played The Sims 2, which was a lot of fun. And so yeah, I spent some time on The Sims 2, which was great. Okay, I thought that was frozen then, but it kept on going, don't worry. So right now we're adding in Alexander's bedroom on the 2nd floor instead of it being upstairs in the creepy attic area. His room is so cute and it's one of my favorite rooms. Honestly, you guys, it's beautiful. I think you're gonna love it. So it's one of my favorite rooms. Also, Cassandra, like I love all the bedrooms. I love what I did to this house, and that sounds really obnoxious. And it's really not meaning much coming from the person who did it, but this house looks great. If you want to replace the Goth household, I would definitely recommend downloading my version of it because it is really playable. Like I play tested this. When I did the time lapse, they were living in there and they didn't die, so it's playable. And it's really easy to route, and I build kind of simply, but still to the point where it looks lived in. Like it doesn't look empty, it doesn't look like a, what do you call it? Like a display home. It looks full and it looks lived in, and it really suits the characters of the Goths. So if you want to play with the Goths in a house, do not play in their original house. It is bad. Download mine. It's on the gallery, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've definitely uploaded this to the gallery. It's on the gallery. My ID is BreeSimulated. If you search hashtag Goth Renovation Battle, it should come up as well. So yeah, I think that, and maybe just hashtag Goth, then it would come up. But anyway, I really am in love with this build and I definitely would consider playing with it. And this really, like the whole time I was doing this, I was just really wanting to do a whole save. And I do eventually want to do a BreeSimulated save where I renovate the whole save file and upload it for you guys to use. And like I see little Simsy's save of it. I haven't actually ever downloaded her save. I definitely would love to do an LP in her save one day, but I always see her little videos where she updates her save file for everyone. Like she's like, the save file has been updated, check it out. And she'll like show us what happens, like what changed, what's going on and all that. And I love that so much. And that like each time, like when Strangerville came out, she did a video. When Get Famous came out, she did a video on it. And I'd really love to have a save file that I can work on for a long period of time and then keep on working on gradually. So that's something I definitely want to look into, but I just feel like I have so much going on right now. And this links back to what I was saying about university. Today is Monday in the 6th week. So the 6th week, next week, I am on break for 2 weeks, which is when I'll be doing a lot of pre-filming. But I'm in Monday of week 6, so only 1 week to go full break. And I had my first breakdown, like my first anxiety attack, crying, absolutely losing it mentally about university. And it's because I sort of got like a really bad grade on one of my tests. Like I did this quiz and I got a fine grade. Like it's great. It was a pass. It was better than a pass, but it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. And that's just me being a real perfectionist and just like thinking like I need to get the best score, not just good enough. And I know that I'm really strict and harsh on myself in that aspect, but I think sometimes you really have to be. And like with my university where I'm at now, I know that the grade I got isn't good enough. So I really was just beating myself up about that. And I was just thinking like really dramatically, like what's the point? I've got a bad grade on this test. Now I might as well like drop out of that topic because I did so badly. And I was just thinking really negatively and I couldn't get anything done. Like I couldn't get university work done because I was angry about my bad grade. But then I couldn't like play The Sims because then if I hopped on and tried to record this voiceover, I would have been worrying about my assignments that I need to start. And like, so it's a really hard middle ground to form because I just didn't know what to do. So what I did, just this is more advice than anything. If you guys are ever going through this, it doesn't have to be about university or schoolwork. It could be to do with your job or your channel or whatever. What I did was I just found really little, easy, small goals that I knew I could accomplish in very short periods of time and get instant gratification because that's what I needed. I tried really hard on this test. I put my all into it and I got a bad grade and I felt like all that effort I put in was for nothing, but that's not true. Like I just got a bad grade. It happens, you know? So what I needed to do was do some things that were really quick and easy and simple to do and that I knew I would be happy with once I had them done. So then I wrote out a to-do list of all the things I did need to get done. It's not as if they weren't like things I needed to do or if they were like such easy minimal tasks like, I don't know, put the left sock on and put the right sock on. Like it was like stuff to do with uni that I needed to get done that day. But I wrote them all out just to prove to myself like how much work I do actually get done. Because sometimes when you're at home studying, you can feel like you're not getting anywhere. You can feel like you're not doing anything. And sometimes people tell you like, oh, studying for university isn't a full-time job. It's not a full-time commitment. And people can try and get you down and get you thinking that what you're doing isn't hard or that it isn't like laborious or it isn't tough mentally, and they can make you feel really inadequate. And that's just how I was sort of feeling. So I just had to remind myself, hey, you're amazing and you're getting so much done, and through this all, you know, you've only had one mental breakdown so far this year. And I just felt really proud of myself for that I'd gone this long without getting too stressed out. And it's not as if I was bottling it up or anything. It just, nothing had came up that I felt that out of control of until right now. So I just wrote everything down. Like I needed to start an essay. So I wrote like, pick my essay question, plan out my essay, plan out a timeline of when I want to get it drafted and done by. And like, I just planned everything out really slowly and surely and ticked it all off on a to-do list. And it made me feel much more inspired about the essay because I had gratification from it. Whereas a lot of people, and myself included, sometimes only get that sense of gratification from an essay once you've handed it in and then once you get your grade back. And so then that only leaves like a 50-50% chance of being satisfied, because you might feel gratification when you hand it in. You might feel like that 50%. And then the 50% that comes later is when you get your grade back. And if you get your grade back and it's a bad grade, that other 50%, because you only did 2 things out of, the whole 100%, that other 50% is going to be negative. So then you're left feeling quite, middle ground about it, 50% happy, 50% upset. But if you allow yourself to have more simple, easy gratifications along the way, it makes you feel more successful. You can, even if you don't get the grade that you wanted, you know that you felt good when you handed it in. You know that you were feeling good about your timeline. You know you stuck to your personal schedule for it. You got it drafted on time. You know that you did everything you could along the way. Whereas if you don't record that and make note of it, it can really feel like you're not trying hard enough or that you didn't do enough, which isn't true a lot of the time. And if it is true, then you'll realize hey, that's not on, I need to do more. And then you can improve for the next time or improve as you're going along. So yeah, that's sort of a note I just had to take for myself today. And I think I'm also stressing out because I'm realizing that I have a lot of stuff due in the mid-semester break, whereas last year I never really did. I'd maybe have 1 test in the mid-sem break that I could sit before the mid-sem break, so I could just, it wasn't a worry during the break. But this time I have things due in the break that are big essays, and I haven't started them yet, and they're due in the next 3 weeks. One of them is due at the end, and then one of them is due the day we get back from break. So I really need to have them finished during the break, pretty much. And I need to be working on them during the break. I have 1 due during the break, 1 quiz during the break, and then I have 2 things due the week we get back. So it basically means during the break I need to be working on 4 different things. And during the break, it's usually when I've said break 100 times in the past paragraph. During the mid-semester no contact class period is usually when I get all my videos pre-filmed for the contact class period. So then I can just focus on uni in that time and not have to worry about Sims as much and my channel, because I've said this before, but I'm kind of a binge player of The Sims. I'll binge play for ages and then not touch it for a month. I didn't touch the game since March. But I had all this content prepared to cover the whole month of March because I love playing The Sims, but I love playing it in smaller increments, for long periods of time in a short period of time. Does that make sense? I'll play it Monday through to Sunday for 2 weeks, but then not play it for 2 months. And that's just how I am. Anyway, you just saw Cassandra's bedroom. I just talked about university through the entirety of that, but Cassandra's bedroom spoke enough for itself. It is bright purple, gold, white, and I think that really is the element of the house that represents lightening it up, because before Cassandra's room was purple, but it was a really deep, dark purple and still lots of blacks. So I tried to make her room nice and light and really luxurious. Here we're doing Alexander's room. It's one of my favorite rooms, and I love it because it's completely unique. If you hadn't noticed throughout the build, I'd definitely been using a lot of things that the Goths already had and utilizing a lot of the layouts that they already executed, because I'm imagining they're asking for a renovation, not a rebuild, right? And you're not meant to be changing too many interior walls and structures and doors and stuff. So I wanted to keep most of this structure the same and just renovate things, so repainting pre-existing furniture and repainting the walls and stuff like that, and just adding things where I deemed it necessary and doing most of the renovation to the outside. And yeah, just fixing things up that I think EA did wrong. So I hope that you love this renovation. I definitely do. And yeah, I just wanted to point out, get this off my chest. I was feeling kind of crummy about university and my channel. For a while, you guys know I was stuck in a bit of a rut from October until basically the month just gone. And it made it really hard to feel motivated to make videos. But I definitely have that motivation back. And now it's just a matter of having the time to do the videos, because I am so busy and I just find it so hard. Like I said, if I have university work to do, let's say I made my videos during the semester instead of pre-filming, if I had university work to do, even if I didn't have to do it right away, it's not urgent, I would still feel guilty about making videos when I could be working on it. And that's what I really struggle with. I'm the kind of person who needs to do all of the university work and then I can do all of my Sims channel work. But I can't do a mixture really well, because otherwise when I'm recording, I'm thinking damn, I should be working on that essay. Or if I'm working on my essay, I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to keep up with my Sims videos? But anyway, we're jumping into the screenshots now. And I didn't do before and afters because there's already 3 minutes of screenshots as it is, but I just love all the screenshots I took because I definitely cut out a lot of this build. This build is a very long video, but I filmed for about 6 hours of raw footage. I am not kidding. I had 6 hours of raw footage. And that made it really difficult to pick what to go into the video. Even though you speed the footage up, like I sped it up times 5, I think. I usually do times 3 or 4, depending on how much the camera moves around. But I sped this up times 5, and even when you do that, it's still pretty long. Like if you have, what is 6 hours times 5? It's still over an hour of footage, I'm pretty sure. And I cut it down to like 20 minutes, 23 minutes, and then screenshots tacked on the ends. So I definitely cut out a lot of this build. So that's why I wanted to include so many screenshots so you could see the details that I added and the differences I made frame by frame, room by room. And I tried to get a good angle of every room. And I also included some sneaky little screenshots here and there where all 4 of the Goth family members are in the screenshots, because this house was a entry for a competition because the Goths needed their house made over. So once it was made over, I had the Goths tour the house, and it seems like they really loved it. So once again, please check out all the channels, Havana Sims and all the other creators linked down below. Check out their channels, and I think their Twitters will be linked below as well. So go ahead and subscribe, follow them, check out their build videos, give them all a thumbs up, and leave them a lovely comment saying that you came from my channel so that they know that we are all checking out all of the videos. And the reason why you want to go ahead and check out all the videos and look at all their screenshots and whatnot is because you can go ahead and vote on who you think did the best job. Havana Sims, I'm pretty sure, will be live streaming her going over these entries, viewing them on Twitch on the 13th. So I think like technically today is the 13th for me, but I think it'll actually be the 14th for me. So I'll go ahead and link Havana's Twitch channel down below as well. So when she goes live, you can go ahead and check on out her touring all the houses. That might be an easier way for you to see them all. I'll definitely be checking in if it's an okay time for me in Australia. But yeah, go ahead and check out the stream, check out all the videos, check out everybody's Twitters, and then go ahead and make sure you vote. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this build. If you want to download this house, it is on the gallery. My ID is BreeSimulated. Until next time, I hope you'll have a very snazzy day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!